Moses Wetangula is turning out to be one of the most stupid leaders in Western Kenya. Moses Wetangula is a coward. I keep on telling people that the reason as to why the Western has not been able to produce a presidential contender is because people who have been elevated in the politics of the Western Kenya, they are cowards. Presidency is not taken by coward people. It's the reason as to why Raila has always come out as a contender is because of being fearless. There's a day showing himself in without Wetangula and Budavad. Even in the 2022, when they were campaigning for RUTO, they were not sure that RUTO was going to win. Wetangula ran as a Bungoma senator. That's being a coward. So Wetangula was caught lying, and I want to unpack the lies of Papa Waroma. I don't know if the reason that's why they call you Papa Waroma. You are not even Papa Waroma, they are lying to you. A Western leader who can come out in public that his wife beat him. In an African culture, your wife to beat you, even if he beats you, how can you come out in public and say it? Here's the lies of Moses Wetangula. Listen very carefully. Here's the tape.
Tumetembea hii miaka yote. Tulikuja hapa 2013 tukiwa na Raila Odinga kwa code. Tukakuja hapa 2017 tukiwa kwa NASA. Tukarudi hapa mimi na Musalia tukiwa na William Ruto kama candidate wetu. Tukasunguka kura ikawa vile ilikuwa. We want to tell you, as a community, as a region, our unity is not an option. Lazima tuungane, tupendane, tutembee pamoja, ndio Wakenya wengine waone faida ya kufanya kazi na sisi.
That is the first statement of Musalia of Wetangula. He's coming out to tell his community that they should unite so that other communities can see him, which is okay. And I also agree because in the politics of Kenya will forever be communal. Each community must sit on the table. My only problem is Wetangula was on the forefront of impeaching Gachagua, of saying the same things. Those are the double standards. Gachagua also used to advocate for Mount Kenya unity. There are very many things other community leaders from other communities can go away with them, yet the same things cannot be said by a person from the mountain. You people have such hatred on the mountain Kenya? Okay. So even Wetangula must be impeached from being the speaker. Okay. So Wetangula must be impeached because he's saying the same things, which by the way I think every leader must accommodate. But Wetangula is not speaking as a speaker. Wetangula is the reason why the Luo unity has failed to unite, because African people don't unite behind a weak leader. The leaders who must come out in the Western. That's why I like Natembeya. Natembeya is becoming lethal. Those are the people to lead the Western Kenya into being to their presidents. You want to tell me that the second largest community is not even holding the deputy president position? They told them to go to a prime government secretary, a position that's not even there in the constitution. Prime ministers across the country get retirement benefits. Musalia and Budavad won't get because the position is not there. Let's continue.
Kana vizuri, tuungane, tufanye kazi na wenzetu. William Ruto akimaliza tamu yake ya pili, sisi tuko hapo. Na katika uongozi, ukitaka kuongoza lazima wewe pia ukubali kuongozwa. Tusaidiane na wengine ili tukitaka wao pia watusaidie. Na hatukuji tu hapa kusema maneno ovyo ovyo. Record speaks for itself.
Wetangula is coming out to say that they are planning to go to the presidency after William Ruto's second term. Let me tell you, people who want power. People who want power don't go that they should wait for a second term. And I'm going to give you an example. William Ruto started campaigning that when the second term had begun of Uhuru Kenyatta, but he had also shown his interest in the first term. If you are waiting for William Ruto to finish the second term, which by the way is not guaranteed because even William Ruto is going home, that's the problem with you leaders, Wetangula, who have failed the Western. Let me give you an example. The reason as to why the Kikuyu people have always been in government is because while they're in government, they are fighting to get another government. Case in example, 2007, in 2002, Kibaki stood as a president. Okay? 2002, Kibaki stood as president. Kenneth Matiba also stood as president, versing Moi. So you have, and remember, Kikuyus were also the majority in Moi's government. They are holding the vice president position. So they were in the government at the same time, they were in the opposition. Okay? We went to 2002. Kibaki won the presidency. Who was the leader of opposition? Uhuru Kenyatta. So they're in government, they're also in the opposition. When Kibaki went, Uhuru came. Okay? Do you know that even at Uhuru's time, the people who stood for presidency had some Kikuyus? During RUTO, they're in the government and they're in the opposition. Gachagua was leading the opposition, while the deputy president is being held by one of them. So either way, they are going to be in the government, by their benefiting. So a clueless leader like Wetangula, who has been in the politics for almost 50 years, who has been at the helm of the Western politics almost 40 years, is coming out to say that they're waiting. This was the optimum time for Wetangula to lead a revolution against, or to build his stature, not even to utter those statements of let's wait for a second term. By the time he waits for a second term, the front runner will be the leader of opposition. In the most unlikely event, William Ruto is elected, and that leader of opposition will be Rigathi Gachagua. Or even Rigathi Gachagua can win the presidency in 2027, and we are still waiting. In fact, if I was Wetangula, I would have presented myself as a credible running mate to Gachagua, because the Western plus the Mountain Kenya, straight to the presidency. Let's continue.
Tangu William Ruto aingie kama rais wetu, bei ya mbolea ilikuwa 7,000. Sasa iko ngapi? 2,500. Katika serikali iliyopita ya Rais Uhuru, Western yote kutoka Vihiga, Bungoma, Busia, Trans Nzoia, Kakamega, alitupatia waziri moja peke yake. Mmoja tu, anaitwa Eugene Wamaru kwa miaka 10. Kwa serikali ya sasa, Musalia yuko. Si Musalia anatoka hapa? Ako kazi gani? Prime cabinet. Papa wa Roma si yuko hapo? Ako kazi gani? Yeye ni namba 3 katika Kenya. Tuko na mama anatoka Trans Nzoia, anaitwa Deborah Barasa, ni waziri. Ndugu yetu Oparanya kutoka hapa Butere, ni waziri. Ma-PS tuko nao 7, mabalozi tuko nao, kwa sababu hii serikali ni yetu. Tulipigania, tukaingia, na tuko ndani. Kwa serikali ya sasa.
The next slide he said that during Uhuru Kenyatta's time, they gave them Eugene Wamala only. It's a lie. Uhuru Kenyatta's regime had people like Richard Echesa as a prime cabinet secretary. They had cabinet secretary's assistant, very many. During Uhuru's time, the Speaker of National Assembly, who was the 3rd, is now the governor of Bungoma. It's called Wama something. I've forgotten the name. So the position Wetangula is holding right now, it was held during Uhuru's time. Let nobody lie to you. The Speaker of National Assembly, before Wetangula came into power, comes from Bungoma. He was number 3. What did he do? Wetangula telling the people of Western that William Ruto's government is theirs is a lie. The government belongs to Mountain Kenya and Rift Valley. It's the reason as why the mountain has almost 9 prime cabinet secretaries, yet they're even agitating to become the presidents. That's the community that wants power. Mount Kenya and Rift Valley have the majority PSAs, yet the mountain is agitating to get the presidency. That's the community that wants power. You may want to leverage yourself. The pact, the shares you said in the memoranda have not been delivered. The roads, they have not been tarmacked. Okay? Now you are lying to people. Wetangula is a mistake. In fact, the Western people, if they want to get the presidents, they must eliminate Wetangula and Budavadi, or fight them and take them away. Let's continue.
Yuko si Musalia anatoka hapa. Ako kazi gani? Prime cabinet. Papa wa Roma si yuko hapo? Ako kazi gani? Tuko nao. Kwa sababu hii serikali ni yetu. Tulipigania. I want to take this opportunity to wish Harambee Stars the best tomorrow.
That was Wetangula. Wetangula must be told as is. You cannot get the president with that mindset. You can't. People who want power from the mountain know what to do. The moment they enter government, however big position they have, they go into your position and also hold the positions there. And I may not be surprised that the next president is going to be Gachagua. Or even if the in most likely event Ruto wins, they will be in the government because they know how to play politics. Of course, I remain yours, Mr. Kawiye Sula, the Kenyan Peace.